Chosen one, this era has been waiting for your financial rise. Chosen one, what you are stepping into is not a coincidence, not a random breakthrough, and certainly not a stroke of luck. It is the unfolding of a divine preparation that has been building behind the scenes for years, an orchestration so precise, so tailored, that only your spirit could have qualified for it. This moment, this rise, this financial transformation, it was crafted for you before anyone knew your name. Every closed door, every loss, every moment of uncertainty was not to stop you, but to shape you. You've been walking a road that looked invisible to the outside world, but fully supported by divine timing. And now, the era is aligned, and the stage has been cleared for you. This is not the beginning of the climb. This is the elevation you were always meant to reach. Before we go deeper, I want to invite you to stay with this message until the very end. Let this be a sacred moment between you and your destiny. And if your heart resonates with what you're about to hear, I encourage you to write 99 in the comments along with your warmest wish. Not just for yourself, but for all chosen ones rising into their next chapter. This is a chapter about wishes coming true and energizing the universe with collective faith and divine alignment. Let's keep going. This message is for your financial awakening. You've been under for too long, undervalued, underestimated, unseen. Not because the world couldn't recognize your light, but because your light wasn't meant to fully activate in the wrong seasons. This financial rise that's unfolding now is not born from greed, ego, or external validation. It's rooted in purpose, impact, and responsibility. You are not rising just to have more. You're rising to become more. The resources, the influence, the opportunities that are about to surround you are not random blessings. They are keys to your divine assignment. The world has enough noise, enough distraction. What it needs now are leaders with spiritual clarity and financial power. That is who you are becoming. There is a reason your heart never settled for less, even when your circumstances screamed otherwise. Your soul refused to accept mediocrity, not because you were ungrateful, but because you were encoded with a higher financial vibration. You felt the tension, not because you were behind, but because you were ahead. This era has been behind schedule, waiting for you to catch up. And now that you're finally stepping into alignment, things are beginning to shift at lightning speed. You are being positioned for financial strategies you didn't learn from any classroom or mentor. These are downloads coming from divine intelligence, nudges, instincts, connections, ideas that seem random to others but undeniable to you. You've likely felt moments lately where the veil is lifting, where money doesn't feel distant anymore, where abundance feels like it's walking toward you instead of you chasing it. That's not your imagination. That's energetic truth. You've shifted timelines. You've left the dimension of lack and entered the dimension of divine provision. The signs have been showing themselves. Sudden clarity, unexpected support, people reaching out to collaborate, and even dreams that seemed dormant now whispering again. Listen closely, chosen one. You are not the same version of you who used to wonder how. You are now the version that remembers why. And the why is the most powerful part of this financial rise. Because money in the hands of the wrong people creates more chaos, but money in the hands of the chosen creates miracles. You've proven your character in the dark. You've honored your integrity when no one was watching. You've helped others with little to give. You've been generous even when your cup wasn't full. The universe remembers. And now, it's your time to receive, not just for you, but for every life your overflow will bless. This rise is not a personal win. It's a collective awakening. When you rise, you carry others with you. When you prosper, you shatter generational ceilings. But this rise won't look like the world expects. It's not going to be loud or performative. It's going to be sacred, strategic, and stunningly effective. You're not here to show off. You're here to show what's possible. You're going to walk into rooms that used to intimidate you and speak with authority. You're going to negotiate deals from a place of divine confidence. You're going to invest, expand, and elevate with intention. Not out of pressure, but from power. Not out of fear, but from flow. Every resource you need is being aligned right now. Bank accounts, contracts, opportunities, partnerships, all of it is circling around your energy field, waiting for you to say yes with certainty. This is the era where money becomes your partner, not your pursuit. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer settle, you discern. You no longer beg, you build. And what you are building is legacy-level wealth. Not just numbers, but meaning. Not just profit, but purpose. This shift will come with moments of testing. People from your past may question your rise. Some may try to guilt you back into smallness. But remember, this is not a season to explain. This is a season to execute. Let your results do the talking. Let your alignment be louder than your announcements. The ones who doubted you will have to watch you flourish in silence. Because you're not rising out of revenge, you're rising out of responsibility. Stay grounded, stay present. Money is a mirror. It reflects your inner state. If you stay in alignment with peace, gratitude, and clarity, the abundance will multiply without resistance. You won't need to force, rush, or overthink. Your energy will do the work. Your trust will unlock the flow. Your readiness will accelerate the delivery. And let me tell you, this delivery will be like nothing you've experienced before. The checks will be bigger. The timing will be divine. The upgrades will be unstoppable. But the most beautiful part, you'll still feel like you, rooted, whole, free, because this rise doesn't take away your soul, it magnifies it. You'll realize that the version of you who cried through scarcity is the same version who's now smiling through prosperity. You didn't fake it, you transformed. You didn't skip steps, you surrendered to the process. And now, chosen one, the gates are open. The system is shifting. The era is catching up to your light. You are walking into meetings where your name has already been whispered. You're opening emails you once only dreamed of receiving. You're signing contracts that unlock legacy impact. And none of it feels overwhelming because you're finally ready. This is only the beginning. There is so much more waiting for you. You're not chasing the money anymore because you've discovered something more valuable: alignment. And when alignment enters, acceleration follows. Things begin to happen faster, with less resistance. The very things that once required you to hustle, beg, or compete for now flow to you because you've become magnetic, not from external effort, but from internal clarity. You've cleared the old patterns, the scarcity scripts, the not enough mentalities. You've done the energetic groundwork. And that's why this rise will seem sudden to others. But you know it was years in the making. There were seasons where you looked around and questioned if you were cursed, if your breakthrough had been delayed indefinitely, if life had passed you by. But the truth is, it was never delay. It was divine development. You had to unlearn survival so you could embody abundance. You had to strip down the fear so you could be trusted with overflow. You had to see money differently, not as a lifeline, but as a tool, a vibration, a carrier of impact. And now you finally get it. You're not obsessed with the number in your bank account. You're devoted to the freedom that number unlocks. You understand what it means to breathe again. This is why the energy around you is different now. People can feel it, even if they don't fully understand it. They see you walking with more certainty. They hear it in your voice. There's a shift in your posture, your presence, your priorities. You're not moved by every storm, not distracted by every noise. Why? Because you know you're building something beyond the moment. You are building a financial foundation that doesn't just serve you. It liberates everyone connected to you. You are no longer spending to survive. You are circulating wealth with intention. And let's talk about that. Your relationship with money is evolving. You're not here to hoard. You're here to steward. You're not here to flaunt. You're here to flow. You've been called to build things that will outlast you. Businesses, movements, ecosystems of blessing. You are not here to get rich quick. You're here to build rich legacies. And the most powerful thing, you're going to do it in your own way. You're going to redefine success on your own terms. You're going to disrupt industries, not through rebellion, but through refinement. You're going to set a standard just by being yourself. People will ask how you did it. They'll try to reverse engineer your rise. They'll think there was a secret strategy, a lucky moment, a hidden investor. But what they'll never fully grasp is that your rise came from within, from faith, from trust, from inner work most would avoid, from holding the vision when the world gave you every reason to quit, from waking up every day and choosing not to settle. That's the part they won't see. But it's the most valuable part of your story, because you didn't take shortcuts. You took the long way, the hard way, the healing way. This is why your wealth will carry different weight. It's not fragile. It's not performative. It's rooted. It's honest. It's tested. It's trusted. And because of that, it will last. While others chase trends, you'll build truth. While others get lost in image, you'll rise in influence. And while others burn out chasing goals, you'll glow with ease because you're led by a deeper force. You're not grinding in chaos. You're gliding in purpose. And this financial rise isn't just changing your lifestyle, it's changing your timeline. You're going to look back months from now and be unrecognizable, not because of what you own, but because of how you operate. You'll carry decisions with clarity, sign documents with ease, delegate with wisdom, and give with unshakable generosity. You'll become a source, someone others look to for solutions, for vision, for provision. And you'll do it humbly, quietly, powerfully, because real wealth doesn't need to shout. It speaks through results. What's happening now is not temporary. It's foundational. You're building pillars that can withstand any market, any cycle, any economic shift. You're not just participating in the financial system, you're transcending it. You've tapped into a higher source of supply, and now everything you touch begins to expand. Ideas, partnerships, platforms, influence. The more aligned you become, the more abundant it gets. And here's the secret. You don't have to rush. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to compare. The rise was always yours. It was just waiting for you to claim it. And now that you have, the floodgates are opening. The contacts are aligning. The clients are arriving. The deals are forming. The money is multiplying. All because you decided to rise without apology, without delay, without self-doubt. This isn't hype. This isn't fantasy. This is your moment. This is your confirmation. This is your next level. The universe is not confused about your value. It's mirroring it back to you in every opportunity, every open door, every unexpected breakthrough. And all you have to do is stay aligned, stay clear, stay ready. You've already proven yourself in the silence. Now it's time to prosper in the spotlight. You are the one this era has been waiting for. Not someone louder, not someone richer, not someone flashier. You. With your heart, with your vision, with your integrity, with your hunger to heal and create and elevate. That's why the resources are being released now, because you're ready to carry them. You won't be crushed by the blessing. You'll be strengthened by it. You'll be trusted with it, and you'll multiply it in ways no one saw coming. This is what you were born for, and you're just getting started. You've stepped into a version of yourself that no longer tolerates limitations disguised as logic. You no longer entertain the belief that wealth must come with suffering, that overflow must come with burnout, that prosperity is reserved for the privileged few. You've shattered that illusion. You've replaced it with the truth that abundance is your birthright when you're aligned with purpose. That money responds not just to movement, but to meaning. And your life now breathes with meaning. You're going to notice a sharp change in how you interact with money. The fear is dissolving. The hesitation is fading. The guilt is melting away. What's left is clarity, a knowing that money is not evil. It's not selfish. It's not manipulative. In the hands of the healed, it becomes holy. In your hands, it becomes vision in motion. You're not going to shrink when you see the numbers rise. You're going to expand. You're going to smile at every notification, every deposit, every unexpected source of income. Not because you're greedy, but because you're finally being honored for the energy you carry. Let's be honest. There were moments you poured your soul into things that paid you nothing. You gave excellence and received crumbs. You gave light and got shadows. But not anymore. The imbalance is correcting itself. The scales are tipping in your favor, not out of pity, but out of principle. This financial elevation isn't karma, it's compensation. You've planted seeds in silence. Now the harvest is public. Now the reward is visible. And still, you'll remain grounded, because the spotlight was never your goal. Purpose was, and that's why it's all flowing. There's a wave of favor that's circling you. It's quiet, but unstoppable. You'll feel it when people start offering to pay you more than you ask. You'll see it when contracts are drafted in your favor. You'll sense it when those in positions of influence begin asking for your perspective. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. The universe is acknowledging your value in real time. And the beauty is, you don't have to force it. It finds you. It locates you. It attaches to you like gravity because you're in resonance. The most profound part of this rise isn't just the money, it's the version of you that money never could buy. The calm, the confidence, the vision, the boundaries. You're not entertaining chaos anymore. You're not negotiating with confusion. You're not leaking energy into places that dishonor your worth. This alone will make you wealthier than most. Because abundance begins with what you allow, what you tolerate, what you protect. You now understand that wealth is more than income. It's inner stability. And you've got that now. That's why you're now ready to make bold moves. You're no longer afraid to raise your rates. You're no longer hesitant to walk away from the wrong rooms. You're no longer diluting your genius to make others comfortable. You've been through too much to play small now. Every lesson, every rejection, every not yet built this version of you. And now, you are the answer to prayers, both yours and others. People are waiting for your ideas, your services, your energy. You no longer need permission. You just need to decide. You'll begin to notice that money flows more easily when you're doing what you love, when you're not pretending, when you're not forcing, when you're not molding yourself to fit outdated models. You weren't born to copy anyone. You were born to become. And as you continue becoming, wealth will respond. Because the universe doesn't pay the fake. It funds the authentic. And you are finally walking in truth. You're going to attract wealth in ways that don't make sense on paper. Your intuition will lead you to the right calls, the right rooms, the right collaborations. You'll wake up to ideas that seem too big to be yours, but they are. They were planted in you for a reason. And the more you trust those nudges, the more doors will open, without you knocking. That's the new rhythm. Less chasing, more allowing. Less begging, more believing. Less doing, more being. And in this new rhythm, you'll start to teach others without even trying. Just by being yourself, you'll activate others. Just by showing up fully, you'll unlock permission in others to do the same. And you'll realize your financial rise isn't separate from your spiritual assignment. It's part of it. The more money you attract, the more lives you touch. The more influence you carry, the more healing you release. This is not just a glow up, it's a calling up. And yes, you will be misunderstood by some. There will be whispers, projections, questions. Some will say, you changed, and they'll be right. You did. You evolved. You elevated. You healed. You remembered. And you're not going back to the version of you who dimmed their light to survive. That version served a purpose. But it's done now. You're no longer surviving. You're designing. You're building systems that support you. You're creating streams that serve you. You're architecting a lifestyle that matches your frequency. From here forward, everything you touch will be different. Your brand will carry presence. Your words will carry weight. Your aura will carry command, not from ego, but from essence. Because people can feel when someone is walking in their truth. And your truth, it's irresistible, it's unforgettable, it's abundant. So give yourself full permission to win, to rise, to receive, to overflow. This is not the time to question. It's the time to claim. This is not the time to hold back. It's the time to pour out. Everything in your spirit already knows what to do. Every tool you need is within reach. Every step you take now is opening 1,000 more. You are no longer on standby. You are fully activated, fully funded, fully ready. The financial rise you've been praying for is not ahead of you. It's already within you. And now, everything outside of you is simply catching up. You've shifted into a dimension where your identity leads before your effort does, where your energy introduces you before your words do, where your presence opens doors before you even knock. You no longer need to chase what you used to beg for, because now you are it. You carry the frequency of someone who's done the work, felt the fire, healed the wounds, and still showed up. That energy alone is a currency. And in this new era, currency flows to clarity. You are becoming the version of yourself that has been watching from the shadows all along. The visionary, the strategist, the one who doesn't just dream, but executes. The one who doesn't just talk about wealth, but understands it at a soul level. You understand now that real wealth is calm, it's quiet, it's expansive. It makes decisions from peace, not panic. It knows that when you embody the vibration, the manifestation becomes inevitable. And that's where you are now, in inevitability. It is inevitable now that money will multiply, that opportunities will seek you out, that partnerships will align without friction. You've stepped into divine inevitability, and no system, no person, no delay can interrupt what has already been decided. The universe does not take back what it approves. It delivers it, over and over again, through channels you didn't expect. in ways you couldn't have planned, through people who are assigned to your life for such a time as this. This is the part where you become more selective, not from pride, but from precision. You no longer say yes to anything that distracts you from your vision. You no longer chase low-frequency offers. You're no longer drawn to busy work that feeds your ego but starves your soul. You know what you're building now. You know what you're called to sustain. And because of that, your time becomes sacred. Your yes becomes powerful. Your no becomes protective. You are going to notice that your presence alone will open rooms, shift energy, and bring alignment. You won't have to prove who you are. You'll walk in and the room will adjust, not because you're trying to dominate, but because you've cultivated such inner wealth that the outer world can't help but respond. The frequency you now carry cannot be ignored. You've gone from overlooked to undeniable, and you did it without becoming someone else. This era was waiting for someone like you, someone not just hungry for wealth, but equipped to steward it. Someone who doesn't just accumulate money, but multiplies it in meaningful ways. Someone who redefines what luxury looks like, not just in things, but in thoughts, in habits, in alignment. You are that someone. You are the blueprint now. You're creating ripple effects that extend far beyond your name. A family member will heal because of your rise. A friend will believe again because of your transformation. A stranger will feel safe to dream again because you dared to become visible. This is no longer personal. It's legacy. It's movement. And your finances are becoming the fuel that powers it all. You're going to realize very soon that the right place at the right time is not something you have to find anymore. It's something you've become. Everywhere you go will be the right place. Every conversation will have the potential to shift something major. Every choice will carry weight. And it won't feel heavy. It will feel holy. Because you'll recognize that you were born for this. You were molded for this. You were assigned for this. There's something sacred about how you've been preserved. While others rushed ahead, you were being refined. While others shouted louder, you were learning how to listen deeper. And now, you carry something they can't mimic. Depth. The depth of someone who didn't skip the process. The depth of someone who turned every breakdown into blueprint. The depth of someone who knows that true abundance isn't loud, it's layered. That's why your financial rise won't just be a moment, it will be a movement. You'll create systems that liberate others. You'll lead with such grace that others will follow without being forced. You'll make wealth look natural, not because it came easy, but because you aligned with the frequency that attracts it effortlessly. And that frequency, it's trust, it's peace, it's embodiment. You're now carrying a different kind of magnetism, one that doesn't just draw people, but draws resources, favor, and recognition. The kind of recognition that doesn't come with pressure, but with purpose. The kind that doesn't ask you to perform, but invites you to simply exist fully. That's the real wealth, the ability to be fully seen and fully supported. And you're walking into it now. The clarity you feel lately is not by accident. It's the result of cycles breaking. It's the reward for choosing growth over comfort. You're not confused anymore. You know who you are. You know where you're going. And because of that, everything is accelerating. No more delays, no more detours. You're in the direct lane now, the express route, the pathway of least resistance. You are the reason generational curses will turn into generational wealth. You are the one who decided enough was enough. You broke the patterns. You rewired your mind. You aligned your habits with your highest self. And now the results are catching up. This is what it means to walk in power. Quiet power. Divine power. financial power. You've noticed it, haven't you? The way money finds its way to you now. The way strangers speak your name in places you've never entered. The way doors open with no explanation. That's not random, that's reverence. The universe is honoring you now because you've honored the process. You've moved through the fire without burning out. You've stayed true when it was easier to quit. And because of that, your reward will carry weight. Longevity, expansion, elevation. This isn't temporary abundance, it's permanent positioning. This financial positioning you're stepping into has nothing to do with chance. It's all about alignment. And alignment is no longer something you hope for. It's your new default. You've practiced it long enough. You've sacrificed long enough. You've trusted in silence long enough. Now, everything around you is syncing with the clarity you've claimed inside of you. Your accounts will begin to reflect your inner world. Your outer reality will match your decision to rise. Not wishful thinking, just energetic law. You no longer carry the energy of lack. You're no longer apologizing for wanting more. You're no longer guilty for dreaming beyond your surroundings. That phase is over. You've done the inner negotiations. You've done the soul clearing. You've done the identity healing. What's rising now is not a fluke. It's the natural result of spiritual obedience and mental alignment. And because you didn't skip any of the lessons, you won't sabotage the reward. You've been chosen to be a financial portal in this era, not just for yourself, but for your generation, for your lineage, for your community. There is something about your voice, your perspective, your presence that carries abundance within it. You are the signal. You're the one that breaks the silence of scarcity with the echo of wealth. Not just loud wealth, but conscious wealth. Wealth that heals, teaches, empowers, and builds. That is the frequency you've stepped into, and the world is responding. From this moment forward, things that used to take years will take months. What used to exhaust you will now excite you. Where you once hesitated, you'll now act decisively. Not because of pressure, but because of preparation. You're not guessing anymore. You know. And knowing is the most powerful place you can operate from. You know who you are. You know what you deserve. And most importantly, you know you're ready. This is the era where your intelligence will finally be monetized, where your unique ideas will no longer be borrowed or overlooked, but honored, compensated, expanded. You'll walk into deals that make sense for your spirit, not just your wallet. You'll partner with people who understand your value before you even speak. You'll stop trying to explain your worth and instead build environments where your worth is assumed. You've outgrown the survival blueprint. You've discarded the scarcity template. What's taking form now is a system of ease, excellence, and elevation. You've moved from hustle to harmony, from confusion to conviction, from surviving paycheck to paycheck, to managing multiple streams of abundance. Your bank account is no longer a battleground. It's becoming a reflection of your highest truth. And as this happens, your language will change. You'll speak in terms of assets, equity, expansion, and legacy, not out of ego, but out of embodiment. You'll be fluent in freedom. You'll be fluent in ownership. You'll be fluent in receiving. And you won't flinch when the zeros multiply. You won't second guess when your influence grows. Because you'll know this is not happening to you. It's happening because of you. The confidence you're building now is not performative. It's prophetic. You are walking with clarity that can't be taught and certainty that can't be faked. It comes from surviving what should have broken you, from thriving where others would have quit. From deciding to grow when staying the same felt safer. You are a walking declaration of what happens when faith and strategy meet. Your schedule will soon look different. The way you spend your mornings, the people you allow into your meetings, the standards you set for collaboration, it will all reflect your rise. You will no longer be accessible to what drains you. You will no longer feel the need to over-explain. You're not rude, you're refined. You're not arrogant, you're aware. Your time, your energy, your ideas, they are sacred. And now they're being treated that way. People will begin to watch you differently, not just with admiration, but with curiosity. How did you do it? Where did it begin? What changed? They'll try to trace it back to a moment, a post, a business decision. But what they won't fully understand is that your wealth didn't begin on paper. It began in silence. In the nights, you stayed awake questioning if this dream would ever be real. In the moments you almost gave up but didn't. That's where the foundation was poured. And now you're building floors. Each floor you rise represents more than just success. It represents healing. Every level you ascend to financially is matched with emotional maturity. You've matured beyond the need to prove yourself. You've matured beyond the desire to impress. You're no longer performing for rooms that were never designed to receive you. You're creating your own. And those rooms, they'll be filled with visionaries, builders, believers, movers, people who get it. You've stopped trying to be invited. Now you're building the house. This is why your energy will begin to intimidate some, but also awaken many. Some will shrink in your presence, but others will stretch. You are a mirror now. You reflect what's possible when someone says yes to their assignment. And your assignment? It includes wealth, not just as a reward, but as a resource. You've been trusted with this because you've proven you won't waste it. You'll invest it into impact. You'll circulate it with wisdom. You'll multiply it with mastery. And you'll still be you. Still grounded, still grateful, still generous, still connected. That's the beauty of your rise. It didn't change your character, it clarified it. It didn't make you someone else. It gave the real you room to emerge. And now, there's no more hiding, no more waiting, no more asking for permission. This is the season of full access, full embodiment, full overflow. You are not just wealthy in money. You are wealthy in wisdom, wealthy in awareness, wealthy in alignment. And because of that, the physical wealth will never run out. It will only evolve. This is what happens when the chosen one says yes. You're not just rising, you're realigning the system. You're no longer fitting into broken models of success that require burnout, betrayal, or self-abandonment. You've learned to make wealth ethical. You've made it spiritual. You've made it sustainable. You've learned how to lead with both heart and clarity, with both vision and structure. That's why you're unstoppable now, not because of the money itself, but because of the way you move with it. Money follows mastery, and mastery isn't just skill, it's discipline, it's consistency, it's staying the course when others fall off. You have built that in silence, day after day, unseen, uncelebrated. But now it shows, in the way you handle pressure, in the way you read the room, in the way you sense alignment. You are no longer available for confusion. You are no longer accessible to chaos. You've mastered your atmosphere, and because of that, abundance must obey you. Your environment will soon reflect your evolution. The spaces you walk into will match your inner expansion. You'll feel more at home in rooms of decision makers than in spaces of small talk. You'll stop apologizing for taking up space. You'll stop doubting whether you belong. You'll stop second-guessing your greatness. Why? Because you've embodied your assignment. And when you embody it, everything else arranges itself to support you. And yes, there will still be moments of stretching. There will still be levels that require new versions of you. But now, you're not afraid of change. You welcome it. You know that each level of wealth comes with a new layer of responsibility. You don't run from that. You embrace it. You prepare for it. Because you're not just creating comfort. You're creating infrastructure, systems, streams, standards that will continue working even when you rest. That's real wealth, money that works when you don't. And let's be clear, rest is no longer a reward for exhaustion. It's part of your rhythm. You've replaced the hustle mindset with a harmony mindset. You no longer wear burnout as a badge of honor. You understand that the nervous system needs peace to attract prosperity. And now that you've restored peace within yourself, your outer world is beginning to bloom. Clients show up. Investors show up. Opportunities show up. All because you've shown up. Present, healed, whole. It's not about forcing it anymore. It's about flowing with it, following the signals, trusting the pauses, acting in alignment, saying no without guilt, saying yes without fear. You've reached the level where your intuition is more valuable than advice. Your instincts are more potent than strategy, because your path is not generic, it's guided. And your results, they will reflect that divine guidance. This is the version of you that was once a future self, only imagined in your mind, scribbled in a journal, or whispered in a late-night prayer. And now, here you are, living it. Not perfectly, not all at once, but powerfully, authentically, unapologetically. This is what it means to rise financially with purpose, to walk into the world and know that you are funded by more than money. You are funded by faith, clarity, and truth. You'll notice how money feels different now. It's not a chase. It's a companion. It's a mirror to your internal worthiness. It comes when you're clear. It multiplies when you're focused. It circulates when you're grateful. And it builds when you're aligned. This is no longer about getting rich. It's about being rich. Rich in presence, rich in peace, rich in purpose. That kind of richness cannot be taxed, cannot be stolen, cannot be manipulated. It's yours. You are the answer to a financial revolution, not just through products or services, but through the way you think, the way you model wealth, the way you make it safe for others to expand. When people watch you win, they don't feel smaller, they feel seen. That's your gift. You awaken potential in others just by walking in yours. And that's why your rise is so important. It's not just a reward, it's a revelation. There's something divine about the way things will unfold from here. The timing, the people, the scale, the rhythm. You'll feel moments of déjà vu, like you've been here before. And in a way, you have. In the realm of vision, you saw this life long before it arrived. And now you get to touch it, build it, share it. Not because you begged for it, but because you believed for it. So don't hold back now. Don't question if you're ready. You are. Don't dim your light to make others feel safe. Shine. Don't wonder if the right people will support you. They will. Don't wait for a sign. You are the sign. You are the evidence that belief works, that faith is real, that abundance answers to alignment, that divine timing always delivers. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be for the greatest financial evolution of your life to begin. Not someday, today, right here, right now,